Barak Yahweh, Brakatha, Yahusha, Barak Yahweh, Brakatha, Yahusha, Ba Hashem, Rekakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders. Salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching in truth and sincerity. Lesson will be entitled The U.S. Diagnosis of Autoimmune Disease. Video was inspired from the YouTube platform Malcolm, who is the head out there in Chicago, and they were prophesying on the highways and byways civil war. Video entitled Less Than 2 Weeks. Subscribe and be edified. So, what is an autoimmune disease? An autoimmune disease in which the body's immune system attacks healthy cells, such as rheumatoid arthritis, which is a chronic inflammatory disorder, usually affecting small joints in the hands and feet. Lupus, and Trick Daddy has this, an illness that occurs when the immune system attacks healthy tissues and organs. Celiac disease, an immune reaction to eating gluten, a protein found in wheat, barley, and rye. Type 1 diabetes, a lifelong condition where the pancreas makes little or no insulin, which leads to high blood sugar levels. Alopecia, sudden hair loss that starts with one or more circular bald patches that may overlap. Okay, so all of these are examples of autoimmune diseases and a disease in which the body's immune system attacks healthy cells. So, for this lesson, the disease will be civil war, and the body is America. So, if America is having civil war, America's body is attacking itself. Okay? So, what is a civil war, according to my Google search? Is a violent conflict occurring within the borders of a single country where different groups of citizens within that country fight against each other, usually aiming to take control of the government, achieve regional independence, or change government policies. And the scriptures predict that America will have an autoimmune disease symbolic for civil war. And let's prove that. Let's go to Isaiah 55:11. So shall my word be that go forth out of my mouth. Okay? Hence, civil war. It shall not return unto me void, civil war, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. So Isaiah 55:11 predicts that America will have an autoimmune disease. Let's go to Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 1 in the NLT. I will climb up to my watchtower and stand at my guard post. And that's what the prophets are doing, beginning with the apostles of Great Millstone, trickling down to the bishops, okay? Trickling down to the sincere men of Great Millstone as well. Then there I will wait to see what Yahweh says and how he will answer my complaint. Then Yahweh said to me, write my answer plainly on tablets And these tablets have been formulated into the scriptures, okay? Hence a Bible, which goes into the Greek biblios, which means a collection of books, so that a runner, meaning a prophet, can carry the correct message, this doctrine, to others, the elect, and also the non-elect of Israel and the other nations, beginning with the nation of Edom. This vision is for a future time, and we are in the future, okay? And this future time is happening now in real time. It describes the end, and it will be fulfilled. If it seems slow in coming, wait patiently, for it will surely take place. It will not be delayed. And we see the prophecies that are being activated on earth in real time. Go to Matthew, the 24th chapter. Okay? And within this vision, you have what? Civil war, which is America's autoimmune disease. Let's go to Isaiah 19, chapter 1. The burden of Egypt, and when you investigate burden, it goes into an oracle. And an oracle, so like it, an oracle means what? To speak, to prophesy. And who prophesies? The prophets, okay, or a prophet. So the burden of Egypt, the oracle of Egypt, behold, Yahweh rise on a swift cloud, a chariot, this fathership, and shall come into Egypt, modern day America. And the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, the second coming of Yahushua. And the hearts of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. Verse 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, Americans versus Americans. Americans against Americans, hence civil war. Also, America's autoimmune disease. So, and I will set the Americans against the Americans, and they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. Okay? So again, a civil war, a violent conflict occurring within the borders of a single country, city against city. Americans versus Americans, where different groups of citizens based on belief systems, although they are Americans, within that country, America, fight against each other, usually aiming to take control of the government, achieve regional independence, or change government policies. So Isaiah 19:2 supports that America will have what? An autoimmune disease. Let's go to Mark, the 8th chapter. Slocky, I thought it was the 8th chapter. I had no doubt. So let me just. You know what, Slocky, it was Mark, the 3rd chapter. So Mark 3:25. in the NOT. And let's start at verse 23. Yahushua called them over and responded with an illustration. How can Satan cast out Satan? He asked. Okay. Why? Because they're in the same spirit. A kingdom divided by civil war will collapse. So the scriptures is telling us that America will be or will have an autoimmune deficiency, and this deficiency will lead to a disease, and that disease is civil war. A kingdom divided by civil war will collapse. Similarly, a family splintered by feuding will fall apart. And if Satan is divided and fights against himself, how can he stand? He would never survive. So civil war is very devastating to America. Last precept, and y'all know where I'm going. You heard? Let's go to 2nd Ezra, chapter 15. Let's read verse 1. Behold, speak you in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, and only the elect of Israel will understand, which I will put in your mouth, said the Lord. So these words are the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and he gives us the spirit, right, to spew his words out of our mouths, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. And that's literal. Verse 3, fear not the imaginations against you. Let not the incredulity, which means not believing or unbelief, of them trouble you that speak against you. So let's jump down. In verse 14, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Meaning what? The world. Now, this is talking about the entire earth. Okay, the entire earth will catch hell. So woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draw near. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands, for there shall be sedition. And when you investigate sedition according to the etymon, it means to set apart, meaning what? Civil war. Okay? Among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Meaning, if they do something, they will not be convicted nor arrested. Okay? However, the point of this lesson is that America, okay, has an autoimmune deficiency, and this deficiency will eventually lead into a disease, which is civil war. Lord will you were edified. Shalom.